The Department of Animal Sciences and Industry at Kansas State University has a long and rich history, one written by the thousands of men and women who make up the Flying K. Each shares a love for the land and livestock and advancing the nation's noblest of callings, raising food. The Livestock and Meat Industry Council today celebrates that shared commitment across generations and honors the family and friends who continue Kansas State's legacy of excellence in animal science. For that purpose, LMIC presents the Don L. Good Impact Award. Don Good was a giant in animal science and industry, a man who dedicated more than 40 years to the university and the thousands of students who benefited from his far-reaching guidance. As a livestock judge, professor, coach, and industry leader, he portrayed a spirit of service and pioneering thought innate in his Ohio farm boy roots. These ideals served him well when he was named head of the department in 1966, the same year a devastating tornado destroyed the vast majority of its infrastructure. The Beef Barn, the Beef Teaching and Research Center, the Swine Teaching and Research Center, the Horse and Sheep Centers, the Feed Mill, the Poultry and Dairy Facilities, gone. But devastation and limited disaster funds spurred action, and Good worked with producers in the state to form the Livestock, Meat and Industry Council. Through LMIC, animal science and meat industry leaders channeled contributions to rebuild, implementing cutting-edge research facilities that form the basis of the modern-day campus and animal science advancements. Today, the Council continues to support the department's educational programs, facility enhancements, and research projects. You see, it was Don Good who believed the department should serve the state of Kansas to contribute to the larger livestock industry. Good believed in his students. He believed in Kansas State and driving both to excellence. Good was an evaluator of livestock and a builder of people. His integrity and foresight became the measure by which others would weigh their contributions. Don Good's passion inspired industry game changers. This year, LMIC honors one of those game changers, certified Angus beef. Today, the world's most successful branded beef program marks nearly 4 decades of leadership in the beef business. But in the mid-1970s, the future was dim for beef consumers. Economic pressures and a lowering of USDA quality grade standards resulted in too much variability in the choice grade. Seeing the need for more consistent, better beef, the American Angus Association voted to establish the Certified Angus Beef Program in 1978. A brand was born that was based on carcass characteristics that would point consumers toward high-quality beef, while using market forces to guide producers toward favorable genetics and management. Time and again, the influencers behind the brand's success had roots firmly planted at Kansas State.
It's an honor to be associated with anything tied to Dr. Good. And from a brand standpoint, to be able to have that recognition take place with so many of us having strong connections to Kansas State makes it even better. You know, as you look at the state of Kansas as a whole, to have this recognition take place here within the borders of this state, not only as a native of Kansas does it make me very proud, but honestly, just as someone who's involved in the beef cattle business, you look at Certified Angus Beef's impact. If it truly has become a brand of impact, it's in part because of the people and the relationships within the state of Kansas that play such a strong leadership role, not only in the beef industry as a whole, but also specifically in the production of high quality beef. From Angus ranchers to commercial cattlemen to cattle feeders to the packing industry, all strongly rooted right here in the state of Kansas, and a big portion of them focused on driving the national initiative towards increasing the quality of product.
The early years of the Certified Angus Beef brand benefited from the likes of K-State Meat Science PhD graduates Dr. Jerry Lipsey and Dr. Mike May, men who collaborated with CAB Executive Director Mick Colvin and Angus Association Executive Secretary C.K. Allen to save the brand from near ruin and USDA action just 2 weeks after the first pound sold. Meanwhile, other Kansas State grads helped to lead the brand to its current-day growth. Mary Ferguson was one of the first members of the CAB executive team and former associate executive director, and later, the brand benefited from an infusion of K-State connections in the late 90s. Dr. Jim Riemann, meat scientist and Cargill executive, was hired to lead the brand after Colvin retired. 25-year KSU beef extension veteran Dr. Larry Cora was hired as vice president for supply development. Larry worked from an office in Manhattan, Kansas, with staff closely associated with KSU. Industry Information Director Steve Souther and Feeder Packer Relations Assistant Directors John Sticka and Bryce Schumann all held postgraduate degrees from K-State. Sticka went on to hold 3 director positions before being named vice president and since 2006, president of the Certified Angus beef brand. And dozens more Kansas State graduates have contributed across the company.
It's very humbling to, as a brand, to be recognized with this award, or really any award that talks about how the brand has developed into a brand of impact. But really it's a recognition of, honestly, countless individuals from across the entire beef production system who have helped this brand increase its relevance to consumers and to the beef industry as a whole. This brand doesn't sell a single pound by itself. You know, this last year we reached that first ever time that we sold over 1 billion pounds of certified Angus beef worldwide. And it's in big part because of the commitment that many individuals have had from start to finish in this supply and merchandising chain to focus on quality.
That 1 billion pounds, once thought unreachable, represents the thousands of cattle producers across the country rewarded for their commitment to better quality beef.
I think as you look at the individuals that have been involved in this brand well before myself, those who have truly been impactful players in and around the brand and their ties to Kansas State, it's impressive. It's impressive, and it's again humbling to be a part of that group. What's even more exciting though is you look at the role that Kansas State is playing within animal science and agriculture in terms of educating that next generation of people coming through. That's even more exciting because Kansas State's going to continue to play a significant role in developing this next generation of leaders who are going to be the people that we look to responsibly lead this beef community moving forward. So from a certified Angus beef perspective, it just warms your heart to have this recognition tied both to Don Good and to the state of Kansas and Kansas State University.
Certified Angus beef is a global brand that helped to revive a struggling beef industry and grow demand among consumers. Mostly, it embodies one of Don Good's favorite sayings: go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you can see farther. The Livestock, Meat and Industry Council congratulates Certified Angus beef on its contributions to the industry and presents the 2016 Don L. Good Impact Award.